And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Late Night with Coach Dave. I'm Coach Dave. I am the famous talk show host. Our lines are open. Let me play that soundbite for you. Our lines are open. Call in now. Talk to Coach Dave live at 712-770-5307. Code number 317820 pound. All right, welcome to the Late Night with Coach Dave show. And we've got some stuff going on here. We're going to do Tuesday Talk. And again, as I always say on my show, the length of this show is dependent upon you, the viewers. We've got our lines open. We can receive calls, and we will be notified immediately when calls come in by a little telephone icon right up here in the corner. And that shows up when we have some sound on the line. And then I can go over and switch the callers on, and we can talk to them one by one. So that's the easy way to come on the show. The other way to come on the show is if you remember bit.ly/join the room. That's the only time I'm going to say it. If you got that, you can come in. Okay, I'm not going to say it again. bit.ly/join the room. Okay, I'm not going to say it again. So there we go. And that's how our video guest can come on the broadcast. Let me show you. We are aligned with a media company that is called Ordinary People Media, and it is at OPMedia.live. You can join. You can hit the little button on there that says, you know, when your little counter counts down to 0, I want to be notified. I want to know what you guys are up to. I want to know how much fun you're having, because FOMO has hit me deep in the heart. Y'all know what FOMO is. FOMO, fear of missing out. There's bound to be some good stuff going on. It's a major multimedia company that is starting right when that timer hits 0. So go over there to opmedia.live or www.opmedia.live. Check it out. Check it out. This is what you're going to run onto there. This is 3 of the shows. And my own show would be 4. Devontae's show would be 5. There's another one, 6. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. Just check it out, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
I stay cooler than the Chi-Town breeze, but hyper like I'm at the World Cup overseas. Do rag for waves with me, gotta stay fresh. I never leave home without it like American Express. I'm feeling kinda old school. How about you? If you're feeling how I'm feeling, this is what you do. Throw it up, 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 throw it up. Hey.
Tune in to the Common Sense Show TV, where your host, Terry, a.k.a. the Common Sense Guru, will give you a loving, violent push into using more of your common sense. Come for the advice, stay for the laughs. Live Sundays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Come, join, share, and invite, and remember to always interact in the comments.
Do you love eggs at 11 a.m., but you don't have nobody to take you to brunch? Well, guess what? I got news for you. Let's day drink and have bad table manners and wake up late, all while you watch Leaf and E-Bigger Cut It Up each week, talking about hot, popular, trending topics. You can watch on Facebook, on Charm City Direct TV, or the Young Black Panthers Network. It is premiering August 2nd at 11 a.m.
All right, so that's what we have going on right now. And we are live right now. Our super duper social media connection is live on Twitter, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. We have all 4 of those that have direct chat. And let me show you what that looks like. Here is an example of the Twitter chat. Slides right on in. This is what we call our super duper social media chat. We can slide these comments right on the screen just like other folks do. in other programs and other platforms. And when that's gone, I can just put my other one right back up. Let me show you what the YouTube version of that looks like. Very similar, except you can see it's got the YouTube logo down here in the corner. YouTube down in the corner there. And if somebody comes in on Twitch and says the same thing, it switches up the picture. And the same thing with Twitter. So if you're on Periscope, you can twit me out. If you tweet this from inside the Periscope app, you'll have this Twitter right down here. You see it says hashtag Coach Dave Show. Hashtag right there, Coach Dave Show. That makes it show up on my radar here, and from my radar, I can just go ahead and pop in just like this. I can pop in anything from Twitter, anything from Twitch, anything from Periscope, and anything from Facebook. And I am grabbing stuff from the Facebook channel as we speak. Now what I'm going to do is go over here in the chat and see if my Facebook is ready. Yeah, it looks like I can type, "Hi guys from FB." This is what it looks like. I'll show you once it comes across. I'll slide it in here right where this one is. And then we'll see what it looks like there. And we can also do the other thing. And the other thing is this one. We can go ahead and open the chat window. And it slides across. You can see all of our chat will show up right here. Every single thing. So then we can just say, close the chat window. There it goes. And here's what it looks like if we do our super duper special thing from social media. I typed that in, "Hi guys from Facebook." And so all of our chat is working. We can get everything that everybody wants to say right up here on the screen. However, a lot of it will be moderated. Okay? So we'll know when we have a phone caller, when the little phone call thing comes up right here. Close the chat window. There we go. And when the phone call comes up right here in the corner, we'll see that. We'll switch over to our sound tab and we will enable the phone caller to come in. And I'll go ahead and see which button I need to push to take their mic off mute. There you go. So that's the callers. That's the video guest. Video guest will look like this. We kind of fancied this up a little bit. Video guest will look like this. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, you saw the commercials. And we also have sound bites. You guys know my sound bites by now.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
See, I knew you knew that one. And in answer to that question,
Survey said.
Yes, there is. Okay, so here we are on the show. What I want to talk about today, this is Tuesday Talk. And there were some things in the news. You know, I talked about a little bit about it yesterday. They have a thing going on where they're going to do the I word. You know, when you talk about mental health, you talk about counselors, psychologists, you talk about the messages you should tell people. One of the things your counselor will tell you is that you need to use I messages. And the I message that they want to send to the president, their I message is impeachment. 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 So that's the message they want to send to the president. And as silly as the idea is, they're trying to go for it. There's a lot of things that have to fall into place and shape it up and all that, but none of those things really exist in any kind of volume right now. So they are stuck with that guy in the White House. Okay, let me say his name. President-elect Trump. The guy duly elected to the presidency, to the #1 seat in the United States of America, the #1 country, the #1 power in the world, Donald Trump, commander-in-chief, the most powerful man in the world, is in his office. And he's staying there. He's staying there. That's all I'm saying. Hashtag IJS. Okay? Hashtag IJS. And I don't see anybody challenging me on that, so that's cool. I see my friend Nicole is out there. Nicole, welcome to the show. Hey guys, when you come in, I really appreciate it. If you'd share this out, if you just share to your friends that you're watching the famous talk show host, Coach Dave. There's Nicole right there. Hey, Nicole. Good to see you. And the famous talk show host, Coach Dave, is glad to have you guys here in the show. If you'd share it out, if you would just like, subscribe, follow, all of those things, etc., 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 then we'll be really happy to bring you all kinds of talk, to bring all kinds of people on the line here. It doesn't matter what kind of an opinion you have. It's okay to have an opinion. Everybody's got them. Opinions are like armpits, and very often they stink, but everybody's got them. So, you can't fault someone for having an opinion. And Nicole says they bash him more than anything. The only way the Dems try to gain power is bashing him. And it's not just the Dems. Now they have a thing. I heard the recording on this, that the Washington Post, the editor-in-chief of the Washington Post, the head guy that edits everything, has told his reporters, the more stank you can get on your Trump stories, the better. Now, does that sound like straight up and down responsible reporting? Or does it sound like maybe it's leaned over to the extreme left, a little bit to that side? You know what I mean? That's exactly how it goes. They never talk good about him. And Nicole says they never talk about the good that he does. And that's absolutely true. They never talk about the good things that he does. It was a shock to see that the Washington Post, after he'd been in office for 20 months, just shy of 2 years, he was in office for 20 months, and they actually published a story that showed 189 of his campaign promises that he came through on. How many presidents have come through on 189 campaign promises ever? How many? You can name them on one hand if you fold all your fingers in until Trump did it. Okay? I mean, it's not like I worship the guy. He's got this terribly arrogant persona about him. People hate that. He doesn't know how to win friends and influence people. Because he's got so much money and he's been in business for so long, he just kicks people out of his way. That's not necessarily the best thing, but it's just what happens. It's just what happens. And Nicole seems to agree with me. Let's pop this up. Nicole agrees with me. She says, none. There's no other president that has fulfilled as many of his campaign promises as this president has gone out there and filled. I mean, that's just kind of scary, isn't it? And the guy that they hate the most has campaigned the promises that have been filled the most. So what's going on? Hey, is that my brother Terry out there? Terry, I love you, man. I love you, buddy. But I just don't believe all of this stuff. I don't believe all the stuff that the media has said, I'm going to lean this way and I'm going to report the news as if it was straight up. Here's the straight up news, and you guys that are reporting responsibly and straight up and researching your facts and making sure that you don't have a lean on this, you guys are the ones that are leaning. you guys are leaning to the right. No, we're leaning so far to the middle that when you lean to the left that far, it looks to you like we're leaning to the right. Everybody can have a spin on it. Everybody can have a spin on it. And I don't mind a spin. I don't mind a spin at all. Terry says, seriously, you guys. Seriously. Are you serious for a minute? All right. So we don't have any phone callers, so I can say whatever I want without anybody really bothering me and telling me I can't say what I want because there's nobody to back it up. And so let me make sure we don't have a video guest, because a video guest could scream and yell at me all they want, and that would be cool. But there's no video guest, and there's nobody on the phone. The phone lines are open. Let me tell you guys one more time. Let's play this. The phone lines are open. Operators are standing by for Late Night with Coach Dave. Okay, there's my own voiceover. Man, it's you know you're grassroots when you have to do your own voiceover, right? So anyway, that's just the way it goes. There's lots of stuff going on out there, and there you go. All right, Terry, take care, man. Terry says he's going to head out. Love her, bro. Take care, man. God bless. And Terry is a great guy. I met him in a friending group online, and when that thing crashed and burned, Terry's still a dear friend. So, Terry, I love you. Love you, man. So we've got that going on, and now they're convinced that their best candidate to go after Trump, I'm just going to say it, Elizabeth Warren. Oh, my God. Elizabeth Warren. Oh, ouch. Excuse me. I got this cough. It attacks me once in a while, almost as much as the Democrats attack Trump. Oh, did I say that out loud? All right. Hang on, guys. I got to play this for you. I'll be right back after this. And that's right. Welcome back to the Coach Dave Show, Late Night with Coach Dave. And we have no callers to challenge me. You know, I hear this talk radio stuff going on, especially conservative talk radio, where there's lots and lots of trolls. And these guys are so hilarious. They're talking about, hey, naysayers, go to the front of the line. Well, you have to have a line before the naysayers are going to say nay. And if they do, that's cool. And if my friend Hot Cat is out there, hey, Hot Cat, I don't know, I can't see you out there. In fact, one of the things you got to do when you get on social media, and all these social media channels are so disconnected. So you go out there, and what you do is you go on your social media, you get on there, and you share yourself out, because then everybody that's following you knows that they should get on there and they should share you out too. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and I'm going to go ahead and tweet it. And in the middle of all that, you can hear me kind of talking in the background, but I'm going to get out of there. Looks like we got maybe our bot is in there, our message bot. But that's one of the things, and not message, egg bot. And I think Eggbot is out there, and he throws eggs at people. So I'm not sure if the naysayers come in. When they say nay, the eggs go. All right. And something else, if you guys are out there and you happen to be checking, see if this is shared onto Ordinary People Media's Facebook page. I'm sure I shared it. I bumped it in there while things were playing at the beginning here, because that's what the time is for. And that's the way that goes. I like that. So, Hot Cat, if you're in Facebook or if you're in Periscope, there's the number right there. And you can go ahead, give me a call, and punch in that code, the #, and I think it's *6 to get in the queue. If you're not in the queue, you're just listening. That's okay. So we've got the Dems out there. They're throwing all that stuff at the reps or whatever they want to call them. We call them Dems. They call us, what, deplorables? Something like that? That didn't flow very long, did it? That didn't flow very far before it jumped out of the river and went back and stabbed the person who originated it. And, we don't know who that was. Hillary! We don't know who that was, but it just so happens that that one bit her in the posterior. So, yeah. And so right now we're just getting over that. Let's go beyond that. Let's talk about something else. I was reading my Facebook feed today and I came across this post. And this post said basically, there are so many people that are so anxious and worried and depressed about themselves because they have so many friends on Facebook that have these great lives. A great life. Do you have a friend on Facebook who has this great life? They show you this house. We just bought this house. We just got this cool car. Man, we're just eating over here at this fancy restaurant. I mean, I got so sick of it one time that I went on Facebook and my family, my sisters were just, and my cousins, and I just started unfriending everybody. I didn't know. This is just a secret, guys. I didn't know that you could unfollow people without unfriending them, and you could keep them on your friends list, and you could keep the whole thing quiet and just stop seeing what they're doing. They say, if it's too hot, get out of the kitchen. That's what I'm saying. If your friendships on Facebook are too hot, just unfollow a few people. They call it taking out the trash. Like hashtag taking out the trash. Let's put that in there. Let's put that. That's hashtag taking out the trash. Hashtag taking out the trash. And there you go. That is the easy way that you can solve the problem. There it is. Hashtag taking out the trash. So when you've got that problem, and see, the problem isn't that necessarily that their life is so terrific. It's that what you're doing, and what we all tend to do, I did the same thing until I took out the trash. I did the same thing. What I needed to do was I needed to stop looking at my friends and my family's best parts of their life and comparing that to my lowest. I was comparing my lowest part of my life to this up here in their life. And it wasn't a fair comparison. It wasn't any kind of a comparison that anybody was making except for me when I looked at it. When I looked at my Facebook feed, I used to say, man, they got a new car. Man, they got a new job. Man, they just finished school and they've got this PhD. They're going to make 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 figures, however many it is. And I was comparing that to my lowest. I was comparing that to the dark cloud that seemed to hang over my life and just rain the heck out of my life every day. You can't compare your lowest to somebody else's highest. You're setting yourself up for a fall. You're setting yourself up to feel like crap. Okay? I'm just going to say it. You're setting yourself up. Let me back up a little bit. I know somebody's going to throw some tomatoes at me. You're setting yourself up to compare your worst to their best. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? And what do you think would happen if if their house burned, their car was wrecked, their job fired them, and they had to be evicted, they were losing their mortgage, everything was going bad, and you walked in and say, Hi guys, I'm having a terrific day today. How are you? What are they going to do? Is that going to depress them a little bit? Is that going to make them say, dang, my life is horrible. And how are you doing this? How are you having a great life? Because I've seen your pitter-poor life. I've seen your pitter-poor life on Facebook when I was having a great life. Now I have a pitter-poor life. How are you doing this? And you know what? You don't have to wait until disaster hits their life to do it. You can do this today. You can be thankful. You can list those things that you got going for you. And I know you guys out there, I know you have this stuff going for you. Okay? I'm not going to pretend that you're as pitter-poor as my pitter-poor was, because chances are I've been through some things as tough and maybe tougher than some of the things you're going through. And let me tell you, the thing that brought me out of it was perseverance and thankfulness. You can have the thankfulness, but sometimes that thankfulness only lasts one day. Sometimes that thankfulness only lasts you until you decide that it's not any good, that it's a bunch of crap, and you've been lying to yourself. Let me tell you something. You're not lying to yourself. You are not lying to yourself. You have blessings in your life. You have gifts that God has given you. You have gifts that are precious. And I'll tell you what, there's nobody that's going to talk you out of that if you don't let them. Don't let them talk you out of that. Don't let them tell you. Don't let them convince you. And you know what? When they say your life is crap, look them straight in the eye and say, and I love that. Okay? You know what they're going to do? They're going to look at you and go, are you crazy? You're crazy. I'm getting away from you. There you go. No more naysayers. No more people talking trash about your life. All right. That's good news for modern man. You know what I mean? All right. So here's the third thing. Those were two things I wanted to talk about. The third thing is kind of related to the second one. And as you saw, my beloved brother, Terry, came on here. He doesn't agree with me politically. I'll tell you what, I already knew that. And I knew that sometimes on his show, he can get upset and talk about how, as the whole left, as the whole left says it, we need to get that man out of the office. He needs to leave. That's okay. That's okay. I am not tied to what somebody else thinks. The opinions expressed on this program are not applicable to Ordinary People Media or their subsidiaries. Okay? Go over onto my Facebook. You'll see the link at the end of the show. Go over onto my Facebook and look at this show. Look at the description, because I have a disclaimer in there. And that's what I just gave you for this particular thing. The disclaimer is, and the disclaimer is something you need in your life, is, I don't care what other people think. And that's not just a belligerent, oh, get out of my face, I don't care what you think. It's not that. It's that I know you have an opinion. I know your opinion may be the same as mine, may not be the same as mine, but you know what? It doesn't affect who I think I am. It doesn't affect what I know about me, what I know about what God's given me, what I know about the gifts I have, what I know about the blessings that I've experienced in my life because of who He is and because of who He's made me to be. And He's made me to be this. Right here. Right here. And exactly what I've said. He's made me to be that. And I'm sure he's made you to be you. You don't have to agree with what he's made me to be, because only I have to agree with that. And so it goes along with taking out the trash, but it also goes with, when the trash comes back in, don't smell it. Don't open the door. Come on in. Don't open the door and let it in. Don't open the door once you've taken out the trash. Don't go back out to the dumpster and grab that rancid bag of trash and bring it back in your house. Don't. Just don't. Okay? There are certain things that are really not intelligent. That's one of them right there. So don't go out to the trash. Don't go out to the dumpster and grab that bag of junk and bring it back in your house and open it up and say, why does it stink in here? You don't need to do that. Leave the trash out there. If it comes back up to your doors knocking, can I come in? No. I don't need that trash. I will agree to disagree. And all of my callers tonight will agree to disagree with me. If you want to disagree with me on the air, let me just ask you one question. Do you have the guts? If you don't have the guts, maybe that's why you're not here on the air disagreeing with me. I'll let you talk as much as you want, as long as you're respectful. I've got a shut up button on my screen over here. It's a shut up button that will close you down if you're disrespectful. I had one guy that dialed me up and got on my show, and as soon as he got on the air, on the call-in, he said, rah, 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 whole bunch of cuss words all in a row, and then click. That was the level of his intelligence. That was as far, evidently, as he went in school. I don't know what happened there. Obviously, I didn't agree with that, but I didn't have an argument against it, other than, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and the only thing I could really think was this. Right? That's the only thing I can think. That was it. That was the only thing. Well, I don't know. There's another one that goes like this.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And there's a third one. It goes like this.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell no, no.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, that's just crazy stuff. All right, so those are the three things I wanted to talk about tonight. And if I get through my big three of the night, the first one was about their iMessage to the president. I'll just put it that way. And I'll put, is that going to work?
Oh, hell no.
Not a chance. The second one is Facebook. When you read other people's posts, when you look at other people's Facebook lives, please do not compare their best to your worst. And thereby, as I heard one motivational speaker saying, you're comparing their best to your worst, thereby widening the gap to its maximum extent. That'll make anybody depressed. Okay? And then the third one is, if there's a lot of negative in there and you have to deal with it, take out the trash. just flat out hashtag taking out the trash. Okay? You don't need that kind of stuff. You don't need that trying to whittle its way into your life and wiggle its way into the dark, deep, depressive parts of your life. Just take out the trash. And when it comes knocking on the door, don't let it back in. Okay, guys? I'm going to go and get out of here. Next time, we will have the lines open. Next time, we will enable video guests to come on the show. But tonight, that's not happening. So, guys, I'm going to leave you with our outro. And let me just close with this. I'm Coach Dave. I help people discover a plan of how they would really love their life to be, and then I help them with a specific program to make those plans become reality. I'm Coach Dave. God bless. Good night.